Welcome back. Today we're discussing advertisements and sale promotion, what you need to know. If you're just joining us, then you can catch up by following us on all our other platforms, Twitter, Facebook, our website, and of course, our contact details are being displayed on your screen. Today I have with me in the studio Engineer Sham Kulu, Deputy Director, Surveillance and Enforcement here at the CPC. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
Sir, earlier on in the program, we had someone from the Public Relations Department at the CPC, and we've been discussing advertisements and sales promotion. My first question to you is the role of CPC in this area of advertisements and sale promotion. What's the role of CPC?
Thank you very much, Florence. The role of CPC is very clear. The council actually goes out of its way to make sure that most of this advertisement and sales promo are properly registered with the regulatory agency like APCON.
Okay.
We collaborate much with APCON, and we make sure that any advert that will come on air or any sales promo that will be maybe given out to the public, to the consumers, are thoroughly regulated. So,
to be clear, what CPC is interested in is that where an advert comes up or a sales promotion comes up, CPC, as it relates to surveillance, is interested in the fact that they do what they say that they will do. So we had a scenario that was painted for us earlier, a situation where a telecom company says, oh, if you pay 2,000 naira for your telecom services, we'll give you 4,000 naira. It turns out that by the Monday of that weekend, the credit is gone. What do you have to say about that? Is that a deceptive advertisement?
Deceptive.
Considering that the terms and conditions.
Yeah, it's much more of misleading. Maybe they conceal some information which they are supposed to have been given out to the consumer, but they didn't. So in that case, the council is very much concerned. Our laws are very clear. The responsibilities of service providers are very clear.
Okay.
If you are giving out any information to the public, it has to be very clear. The terms and conditions are there, but I can tell you that 3/4 of Nigerians don't read.
Okay.
And the terms and conditions are so tiny. So we at the council, we always insist that these terms and conditions should be put clearer so that consumers can get, at least, and we also educate consumers to read, to take time and read some of these terms and conditions so that they don't fall prey.
Okay. That brings me to my second question, consumers' responsibilities. CPC constantly advocates that consumers should be more responsible. What sort of responsibility do you expect of a consumer in that regard?
Just like what I started by saying, you should take your time to look at most of these things. We are talking in the context of sales promo and advertisement.
Yeah.
You should take time and look at this very well. Our recent advert, you have to, if you need a glass, you put on your glasses so that you can look very well and read properly. So
that's in relation to the check the BB days.
Yes.
Okay.
Look at this adverts properly. Take time and study the terms and conditions. You see T and C. Some people don't even know what is T and C, but the service provider will just with T and C, and that is all. So terms and conditions should be very clear, and the consumer should take time to look at it and read it, so that they won't be cheated or they won't be shortchanged.
And they can make an informed choice.
What they promise you is not what you are getting. And the next thing you do is to come to the council and complain. But we ask you, did you look at the terms and conditions before you put your money, or before you get into such a promo? So it's important that we take time as consumers to read and understand what the promo is all about.
Okay. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but usually when someone comes from the Surveillance and Enforcement Department of the CPC, they usually go through the complaint mechanism. Yeah. What is the complaint mechanism for viewers that are just joining the program?
Thank you, Florence. The complaint mechanism of the council is very simple and it's very clear. First of all, you can come to the office, and fill a form. We have a complaint form. For every complaint, we take your address, we take all the necessary information. And that's why we said, if anytime you need a service, be sure that you are going to the right place. Don't buy in the hold-ups. Don't buy in makeshift shops, because tomorrow they are no more there. So the important thing is very important we educate consumers that they must buy in properly addressed area, reputable organization that has its address, and they can be easily located. It's very important. Then secondly, after filling the form, we give you, we have our processes that will go through, that the complaint will go through, and we'll surely invite the service provider, and we invite you also because we do much of mediation, so that so at the long run, that if need be, we'll prosecute whoever that is who is the offender, either the service provider, even you, the complainant, can be guilty of not properly getting the right thing before you put your money into it. So any claim that you want to make may not be valid. Okay. Then secondly, we have our hotlines. You can always come to us. You can always make a call or send a text message to our hotlines. If not, you use our social media network. They're all there for you to make a complaint. So your complaint maximum will give you, let's say, within let's say 2 weeks, we get your complaint resolved. We do our best, although some service providers are very difficult to access, or sometimes to respond to some of our inquiries, but we do our best within 2 weeks to get the complaint resolved.
Okay. So what is your message to the Nigerian consumers?
Our message to the consumers is that the consumers should be very proactive. They should be proactive. If you need to shout out, cry out wherever you are shortchanged, wherever you are misinformed, wherever you feel cheated or anything, just cry out. Don't be quiet. Cry out and come and complain. Don't suffer in silence. You have the council there who is always ready to listen to you. We will listen to every complaint, however it may look or it seems to be. We will take it and we will always try to resolve your complaint. So please, Nigerian consumers should be proactive. The times are gone that you suffer in silence. You have somebody who will listen to you and make sure your complaint is addressed accordingly.
Okay, sorry, before we go, is it possible for you to receive complaints in other languages?
Yes. We have, and that's why we have some of our flyers in different languages, okay? So we take complaints in any language, in any of the languages, and we have our zonal offices also in the 6 geopolitical areas of the zones of the country. So you can easily get across to us, and you surely have somebody who will listen to you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Kolo. It's been a delight having you. Still to come is an update on CPC's activities as well as Consumer of the Week. Also, you must be excited to hear all the feedbacks that we've been receiving this week. Stay with us. To make a complaint to the Consumer Protection Council, in order to obtain redress over a product or a service, you contact the seller or service provider and present your query. Ensure you keep relevant records of your conversation. If the problem is not resolved at this level, complain to CPC. Your complaint should be clear, providing relevant facts such as where and when you bought the product or service. You should state clearly what you want from the seller or service provider. Is it a refund, a repair, or a replacement? Complaints should be sent either to the CPC office nearest to you in any of our zonal offices across Nigeria, CPC head office in Abuja, the official email of the council, or by telephone. CPC does not charge fees for complaints. Hearing in the ongoing investigation of electricity distribution companies, DISCOs, for alleged consumer abuse in the distribution of electricity in Nigeria was brought to a close with the appearance of ECO Electricity Distribution PLC before the Council's investigating panel last week. While rounding off the hearing session, the Council's Director of Legal Services, who is also the chairman of the investigating panel, Mr. Emmanuel Atagaba, hinted that barring any need to recall any of the DISCOs for further clarification, the panel will review their oral and documentary submissions and make its recommendations. The investigation of DISCOs was instituted to address numerous consumer complaints bordering on indiscriminate increase in electricity bills, estimated billing, irregular disconnections, and non-supply of meters to consumers several months after payment.